Breaking news, new Savi's lightsaber pieces for Elemental Nature have just hit Disneyland. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano and I'm excited. I'm so excited. New Elemental Nature, not this. We're not talking this same leather. No more Rancor tooth. We're talking Bantha hide, Bantha bone. There's so much dewback leather. There's so much going on with this new set. And I got to give a big shout out to Cam Bonilla, Tiny and Mickey over on Instagram for sending me these photos and giving me the heads up this morning first thing. He's the one who made this video possible. So let's take a look at some of these photos that he sent me. I'm really stoked. Look at this, Elemental Nature. This is the menu right here. This is the first thing. See those emitters? Look at the end caps. We got wood. We got a little pointiness. We got some bantha bone going on there. Oh my goodness. And then look at those switches. The switches look similar. We can kind of close. We'll get some close-ups on them in a minute. But in the center, the one on the left, the brown one, notice that the actual switch button part is the Elemental Nature logo. This same logo that we've had before, but it looks like it's done in bone. On the left, we have our different sleeves. Is that dewback? That's got to be dewback leather. Someone suggested on Instagram already that it might be Trandoshan. I wouldn't think so. Because Trandoshans are more like sentient beings, while dewbacks are like creatures, like animals. It's weird because they're all aliens. But I believe that's dewback. And those are probably dewback teeth or claws that are on that sleeve. Looks like we've got another leather with some bone accent there on the bottom right. And then the top left is metal with like some bone carvings as well. A lot of bone. And then the bottom left looks to be leather wrapped around bone again, too. Now, the texture looks to be a bit better as far as the bone presentation. And I'm just really digging this. So let's take a look at all of the pieces. There we go. These are what the pieces look like in the, in the actual little shelf and the display they've got there at Savi's. Now, just as a refresher, these cost $250 now. $249.99. This is only at Disneyland so far. There's been no update about Batuu East and no confirmation yet if the old pieces are available at Doc-Ondar's. It was rumored and actually was told to me that they were for the first set of Protection and Defense, but since then I've heard a lot of people saying that no, they were told at Doc-Ondar's or even at Savi's they do not sell the old pieces. I don't know what happened to them. But this is a nice close-up look. Closer look. Look at that emitter on the bottom middle. Look at that bone, the angle. It's like wood surrounding bone and then metal popping out. And I like the vents, the little vents going around the metal part of that emitter. On both emitters, actually, there's a lot of vents, which is something we're seeing in Series 2, these refreshed Savi's themes, is a lot of the emitters have holes so you can see the lightsaber coming through. I'm excited. They do look a little kitty. They do look a little plasticky, and I'm sure some weathering would help them, which is a little scary when we're talking about a $250 piece of Star Wars memorabilia. But I am excited for these. Let's take a look. How about a close-up look? Actually, I've got some other photos here. Let's look at some bigger one. This one is the bone sleeve and wood emitter and the wood switch. Look at those up close. So on the top left, we have the bone sleeve with kind of the leather that wraps it in some fake rivets that are on there. I like that bone carving. I don't know what that design is supposed to be, but it looks cool. And look at that. That's a pommel. That's not on the top. I wrote down emitter. It's not an emitter. That's a pommel. So that would be the bottom. You can see by the CoverTech wheel there on the wood. I just like that shape, that pointy, not perfectly symmetrical shape. Looks just so cool to me. It does look like they're using rubber, like textured rubber again for the wood. So it would probably do for some weathering to make it look better and make those details pop a little more. And same with that switch. You can see the switch there on the bottom. It's an elongated, I'm assuming like simulated bone version of the Elemental Nature logo. I just like how they went more metal, wood, and leather this round. Okay, next up, I've got a closer look at the emitter. There you go. There's another angle of that emitter. And again, big, huge thanks to Cam Bonilla for sending these. He went back and took all of these photos for me this morning just so I could make this video and share them with you guys. So big shout out to Cam for that. So there's just another look at that emitter. I like that point. That point looks really cool. All right, next up, here's another look, another kind of angle of some of the sleeves. There's that bone sleeve again. You can see a little bit more of those details in the carvings. And then on the top left, we've got that dewback leather and those little dewback claws or dewback teeth. And again, more of that brown leather look is on this, holding those teeth in place. Now, they're not loose. It looks like they're all carved into the same kind of thing, which is typical with these. They don't usually have loose pieces on any of the sleeves. But I like it. I think it's different. It's a really cool way to refresh this theme. There's a closer look at some of those details. Look at the texture they got into those teeth or claws, whatever they are on the left side there. And even on the actual dewback itself, you can see like it looks like skin. I'm just really, really stoked for this. All right, next up, there's another look at the switches. Oh, look, on the wooden one, it looks like there's like kind of a divot, like a thumb divot in the wood there. It almost looks like an Excitebike track. Right? Doesn't it look like Excitebike? But it looks like there's some kind of like divot into the wood, and I like that if it makes for a better grip. And then over on the right side of the screen, we have the metal one with bone. So on the left, we've got metal, wood, and bone for the actual switch. On the right side, we have one that's more metal, and it's just got that emblem again. They're using the emblems in the switches. We've seen that so far in all 3 refreshes, and I'm sure we'll see it again on Power and Control whenever that becomes available. Next up, here's another look. Oh, so check this out. They redid the bantha hide. So in the middle, we've got this switch with the brown kind of leather wrapping, which we saw before in the first version of Elemental Nature. But it was really just... I can show you here on screen, actually. Look, this is the original one. It kind of just goes from here all the way down there, and it's just the leather wrapping, and that's about it. And then this time around, they've got a little bit of bone carving towards the top there. I like that. I think that's really cool. That's a nice detail. And then again on the right, we've got the metal. It's more metal and more bone. So you can see they really went with that carved bone aspect. So if you want to make them match that way, you can. And then on the left, we've got that bantha horn bantha horn pommel, which looks cool. But I'm wondering, would that be a baby bantha that came from? Because it's a mighty small horn. But there you go. It also has a CoverTech wheel. So both of these use a CoverTech wheel. There's no D-ring in this set, which last time was actually one CoverTech wheel and one D-ring on Elemental Nature. All right, next up, we've got another look at that bone sleeve. Just another close-up look. You can see more details on the left side sleeve, that one with the leather wrapping. You can see just those intricate carvings that they put on there. I'm really into that. Next, one more look at that. Not bad, not bad. Again, it's probably actually like rubber, same as they used last time. Not actual wood, not actual bone, not actual leather, but like a simulated rubber texture carved in a way to make it look and feel that way. These are the emitters. Look at these close-ups of the emitters. Earlier I mentioned that bone. I like how that metal on the right side, I like that it's like metal rings holding the wood in place around the bone, with the metal sticking up through the middle. That would be my first choice, the emitter on the right. The emitter on the left looks really cool too, but I'm just really, really digging how much they went into this bone thing. They really went like just all in on the concept of using old animal bones for a lightsaber, and I like it a lot. All right, next up, it was a better look at the other emitter. This one's more wood, more metal. Again, a lot of those holes so that you can see the lightsaber blade through it when it's ignited. All right, here's another look at the switch, the one that's more metal and has the larger emblem. Haven't been able to get a good look at what the actual button looks like, though, what the actual ignition button looks like. And then here's another look again at all of the pieces. We can see that button I was just talking about in the top middle. It's kind of a cream bone color. And then again, back to the menu. The switches, okay, this is the best look we've got, where it's got kind of a triangular, almost long shield shape. But guys, I want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about this new Elemental Nature hitting? We don't know. Again, I got to tell you, we don't know if the old ones are still going to be sold at Savi's or at Doc's. If you're there, ask if maybe you can get the older pieces. I'm not there. This video was brought to you because Cam Bonilla was awesome enough to hit me up this morning. Said, I'm at Disneyland. New Elemental Nature just dropped. So it's because of this community I can keep you guys informed. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you like this kind of content. Until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark.